Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub, the place where we live and breathe motorcycles. And today, we've got something truly special, a machine that blends the soul of a timeless legend with the rugged heart of an adventurer. Yes, we're talking about the 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 Enduro. For decades, the Super Cub has been one of the most beloved motorcycles in the world. It's iconic, reliable, and charmingly simple, but now, Honda has taken this classic and infused it with a wild twist. The result is the Super Cub 160 Enduro, a small displacement adventure bike designed to tackle dirt roads, back trails, and city streets with equal confidence. Let's dive deep into what makes the 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 Enduro one of the most talked about releases of the year. At first glance, the 160 Enduro immediately stands out from the standard Super Cub. Honda has given it a completely new personality. The frame has been reinforced for durability, with a semi-double cradle structure for better stability off-road. You get longer travel suspension, with a telescopic front fork and dual rear shocks that offer more clearance and absorb rough terrain with ease. The ground clearance has been raised to around 190 mm, giving it true adventure-ready geometry, while still maintaining that unmistakable Cub silhouette that enthusiasts love. And those wheels, they're now spoked, wrapped in semi-knobby dual-purpose tires. It's a subtle but important upgrade that instantly makes the Super Cub 160 Enduro ready for dirt tracks and gravel roads. Honda has clearly aimed this model at riders who want a lightweight, practical commuter that can also handle weekend exploration without breaking a sweat. Powering the Super Cub 160 Enduro is Honda's new 157 cubic centimeters air-cooled, single-cylinder, four-stroke engine, the same base platform that powers the latest Wave 160 and ADV 160 scooters, but tuned for a more linear throttle response and stronger low-end torque. This engine produces around 16 horsepower and 14.5 Nm of torque, paired with a smooth 5-speed manual transmission and Honda's assist and slipper clutch system, giving you precise control both on and off the road. Fuel efficiency remains one of Honda's strong suits. Even with the bump in power, the Super Cub 160 Enduro is expected to deliver close to 60 to 65 km per liter, depending on riding conditions. That's phenomenal for a bike that's this versatile. You can go days, or even weeks, between refuels, making it ideal for long commutes or adventure rides through rural routes. The riding ergonomics are another major highlight. The handlebars are slightly wider and higher than on the standard Cub, providing better leverage when maneuvering through trails or urban traffic. The seat has been reworked for comfort, featuring dual texture padding and improved support for longer rides. The foot pegs are now positioned a bit lower and more central, giving the rider a more balanced stance, whether seated or standing on the pegs during off-road sections. Visually, Honda nailed the design blend. The 2026 Super Cub 160 Enduro feels retro and rugged at the same time. The front fairing retains the timeless Super Cub face, with its round LED headlight and minimalist cowl, but now it's paired with a compact windscreen and small bash plates underneath for added protection. The rear end features a luggage rack and optional side panniers, emphasizing the practical adventure vibe. The bike also comes in several adventure-inspired color schemes: matte laurel green metallic, desert tan, and gunmetal black, each with vintage-style Honda wing logos and subtle Enduro badging. The finish feels premium, and even though this is a relatively small bike, it doesn't look cheap or toy-like. It's got presence. One of the standout aspects of the new Super Cub 160 Enduro is its modern tech integration. Honda has equipped it with a semi-digital LCD display that shows speed, fuel, trip info, and gear position. There's even a small USB charging port for your phone or GPS device. It's not overloaded with features, just practical, thoughtful touches that make daily use easier. For safety, you get ABS as standard on the front disc and a drum or optional disc at the rear, depending on the variant. Combined braking gives you extra reassurance, especially when tackling unpredictable terrain. The lighting setup is all LED, ensuring visibility even in low-light adventure rides or night commutes. Now, when it comes to performance on the road and off it, the Super Cub 160 Enduro strikes a balance that few small bikes can achieve. On tarmac, it feels nimble and planted, with excellent stability even at higher speeds. The engine has that signature Honda refinement, smooth and responsive, while the gearbox clicks into gears with satisfying precision. But where it really surprises you is when the road disappears. The longer suspension travel and semi-knobby tires soak up bumps with confidence. It's not a hardcore dirt bike, but it handles gravel paths, mild trails, and uneven backroads far better than any standard Cub ever could. The light weight, just around 120 kilograms, makes it easy to control, even for new riders or smaller-built adventurers. This is a bike that invites exploration. You can imagine riding it through the countryside, through winding mountain roads, or along coastal trails. It's approachable, fun, and never intimidating. That's the magic of the Super Cub DNA. It's all about accessibility and joy, and now, it's infused with adventure capability. Maintenance is another area where Honda continues to impress. The 160 cubic centimeters engine is designed for long service intervals and low running costs. Parts availability will never be an issue, and with Honda's global dealer network, you can find support almost anywhere. Now, let's talk about pricing, one of the key factors that could make or break this bike's success. The 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 Enduro is expected to launch at around $4,200 internationally, or roughly PKR 1.3 million for Asian markets. That's competitive, especially considering the build quality, reliability, and all-round versatility it offers. In terms of target audience, Honda clearly aims this bike at young urban riders, delivery professionals, and weekend adventurers, people who love the simplicity of a Cub but crave something a bit more rugged, stylish, and capable. It's not about high horsepower or aggressive performance, it's about fun, freedom, and function. Let's also appreciate Honda's clever approach here. Instead of trying to reinvent the Cub entirely, they've evolved it. They preserved the emotional appeal, that friendly, nostalgic look, but made it ready for the modern rider who wants more adventure in their everyday ride. There's also a certain charm to riding a small capacity enduro like this. You don't have to go fast to have fun. Every turn, every dirt trail, every little moment feels engaging. It's lightweight adventure riding at its purest and affordable enough that you don't think twice before taking it off the beaten path. Honda's engineering here shows maturity. They didn't chase specs, they focused on balance. The Super Cub 160 Enduro is neither overpowered nor under-equipped, it's just right. It's the kind of motorcycle that reminds you why you fell in love with two wheels in the first place. As for customization, Honda will offer a wide range of official accessories, crash guards, fog lights, pannier racks, adventure-style mirrors, and even color-matched top boxes. Riders will love how easy it is to personalize the Enduro to fit their lifestyle, whether that's urban commuting or light touring. The sound from the new engine is another pleasant surprise. It has a deeper note compared to the older 125 cubic centimeters Cub, still mellow, but with a touch more growl when you open the throttle. It's one of those bikes where you can't help but smile as you ride. And perhaps the best part, this isn't just a commuter. It's a statement. It says you value practicality, but you also have a sense of adventure. So, what's the final verdict? The 2026 Honda Super Cub 160 Enduro is one of the smartest reinterpretations of a classic we've seen in years. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Bike Culture Hub, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more reviews, news, and stories from the world of motorcycles. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and I'll catch you in the next one right here on Bike Culture Hub, where every ride tells a story.